Welcome to Clearium. Today we're doing a 3-day bike road trip across Lahai Roi, and the views here are insane. Alright, this is day 1 and we're going to start here where it all begins. The Rebirth Uplands. I've powered the beacon and now we ride. We start by heading down the stairs towards the racetrack. Tonight, we're taking the Golden Spiral. It is exactly where I started learning how to ride the bike and literally the first tutorial and the first time unlocking it. So, Rebirth Uplands has 3 tracks. The first one is the main track, better known as the Golden Spiral, which is exactly where we are right now, the one where we circle the main nexus. This is where most riders start. And then there's the simple track, a full circle route that's easier, cleaner, and perfect for practice. If you're still learning the bike, I think this could be your safe space, like practice space. And finally, the Ribcage Bends. It is the tightest, the most unforgiving, sharp curves packed on sharp curves, and probably one of the hardest tracks in the game. Day 2. Today we're starting from the top highway of the academy. This place isn't just another stop. It is where, back then during the main story, we first met this Sigma police robot, and where we got our first riding permit. I had a few errands to take care of first, so we start riding the top highway in the afternoon. And we didn't stop until morning. We literally crossed this entire stretch just to unlock one specific waypoint. And once that was done, the next stop will be the Giant's Case. Well, more specifically, the Spacetrek Observatory. I've searched about the story from Wuthering Waves, an official wiki, and then I asked ChatGPT to summarize it, so I'm going to read it. So, according to ancient Royan myth, there was once a time when humanity lived in harmony with the sun and stars, guided by a deity named Sol. But a great calamity shattered that era, plunging the world into endless winter and cutting the Roya off from the cosmos. Legend says Sol's eye fell to the earth as a meteorite, which is the sunstone, which later also became known as Lopside, a mysterious ore linked to advanced technology like the reactor drive. The Roya preserved 2 calendar systems, one based on the reactor's cycle and another based on the sun's ancient path. And when those 2 aligned, it is said to mark the end of one epoch and the beginning of another. like this brings back memories. Do you remember the number one bike story quest? The one where we had a race against the other students? And then we always crashed during the giant monkey scene? Well, it turns out there is a path that leads us to a highway and lets us to actually enjoy the ride, then complete the quest. Probably one of the most unexpected April Fool's quest ever. Alright, day 3. We took a different approach this time. No highways, no academy roads. This time we head to the snowy mountains and caves of the Roya Frostlands surface. Fun fact, the surface wasn't always like this. Long ago, this region wasn't even frozen. It was warm, humid, alive with forests. But after the first lament and ancient planetary shifts, the surface was transformed into a snow-covered wasteland. Then came the second lament, when the massive Exostrider and the Trinodian Elephant descended through the Strider Cave. In the aftermath, the native Roya were forced to abandon the surface and move their settlements underground. I chose to ride at night for a reason. I mean, just look at the sky and then it feels like stepping into another world. And after all that riding, we finally made it. The last nexus of this trip. And just like that, we reached the end of day 3 and the end of our current adventure. Thank you guys so much for accompanying me on this trip, and I'll see you guys in the next video.